am Lefred. So welcome to this new video series, MySQL 101. It's MySQL for beginners. We will see during all these videos how to install MySQL on different platforms, how to use it, how to install the clients, MySQL Shell for Visual Studio Code, how to add data in tables or to delete data, how to play with JSON data type, and so on. So stay tuned for extra videos and let's start right now. So today we're going to discover schemas and databases in MySQL. First, what is a database? A database schema defines how data is organized within a relational database. In MySQL, the term database and schema are the same, so they are synonyms, and they define the same entity, a structure, also a directory in the data tier, in which we specify the tables, fields, relationships, views, indexes, procedures, functions, and triggers. All that it's part of a schema or a database. They are exactly the same in MySQL. So when we have installed the first time MySQL, we have 4 predefined databases, so 4 predefined schemas that are already present: information schema, performance schema, sys-schema, and MySQL. MySQL is the one without all the data there. So we do show databases and we can see the 4 schemas. Here with Visual Studio Code, I will show you how we can find that. I am using an instance in OCI, very easy to connect to OCI using MySQL shell for Visual Studio Code. So I'm connecting there. And we can see here we have already the predefined databases: information schema, performance schema, and sys. As you can see, MySQL, we don't see it here. So this is it has all the system tables. So if I do show databases and I execute it, I can see that MySQL is here. So now, if you want to see it, you can do show MySQL system schemas, and the MySQL now is also shown. But by default, it's hidden. To prove you that are synonyms, I will use also show schemas. I can execute the selection like here, or I can do Control-Enter to execute it. So now, how do I create a database? So if we want to create a new database, we're going to create a database called Menagerie. So how are we going to do this? We will use create database and the name of the database in SQL. But in database name, we don't use spaces, capitals, reserved keywords, accents and punctuation, and digits only. So you cannot create a table 1, 2, 3, but you can create a table T1, 2, 3, for example, right? So capitals are also possible, but it's a tip that I prefer to give you. Try to avoid any case in the name of your table and databases. So let's do create database here, Menagerie, in Visual Studio Code. I did Control-Shift-Enter to execute the command. And now if I refresh here, I can see that Menagerie, it's installed, and we can see table views, but it's empty right now. To list databases, we can also list them with the criteria. So show schema or show databases like and a criteria here about the name. So for example, here I do MENA% to search all the databases starting by MENA. I do it again here in MySQL shell for Visual Studio Code. And you can see we have Menagerie, it's there. We can also delete a database using drop database and the name of the database. Here, a search criteria won't work. We need to provide the name. So here I use drop database Menagerie, and the database is deleted. In MySQL shell for Visual Studio Code, I can't, in the DB notebook, restart the same command every time I want. I highlight it, do Control-Shift-Enter, and we can see here I refresh, it was not there anymore. A tip, you can also put a database in read-only mode only. So if I do here now, so I will recreate the database because I deleted it. So create database Menagerie. Now it's there. If I search for it, we can see that it's there, right? And now I will modify it. So I use alter database, the name of my database, so Menagerie, and I use read-only equal 1 to enable it as read-only. For example, now that it's read-only, I cannot delete it. So if I refresh, I see Menagerie, and I try to drop the schema. I need to confirm, and we see an error here that we are not able to drop the schema, right? Because it's in read-only mode. If I try in the command here, so I will try again, drop database Menagerie, we see same error, schema Menagerie, it's in read-only mode. If I put it back in the default that is not read-only anymore, I can drop the schema without any problem. We can see that the schema is not there anymore. Earlier I said that you cannot use reserved keywords in the database name. So what are the reserved keywords? The reserved keywords are a list of keywords that are in information schema in the keywords table and that you cannot use for table name and database name. So let's have a look how we can get them. So we do select count to see how many they are first from information schema keywords table and where the column reserved it's equal to 1. So we will see that we will have 262 in 8031. New version or new releases of MySQL can bring new reserved keywords or remove reserved keywords. This is not happening often. So we can have the list of these reserved keywords if we do select word, so the column word from information schema keyword table where the reserve it's 1. So we can have the full list here, and you can see it's a long list of 262 keywords that we cannot use as database or table name or column name either, right? So here is the full list. So thank you for watching. Next time we will create table and we will play with records. So thank you and see you soon for a new video. Bye-bye.